Hola Marina, ¿cómo estás hoy?
Hola, Ben, pues fenomenal, como siempre.
¿Dónde estamos?
Pues en la casa de campo, disfrutando de un ratito al aire libre.
We're in our office number 2. Oh, it's a bit chilly today to be in the outdoor office. But yes, we're in Madrid's Casa de Campo because why not? It's absolutely lovely to come here. And what are we going to talk about today, Marina? We
wanted to share with you that every month in our inner circle, we like to ask our members about their wins for the month.
Spanish learning wins.
Yes. And we have always wonderful feedback. And this month we had also a couple of people who are going through a difficult phase. No,
yeah.
They feel a bit stuck in a plateau.
Yeah, so often what we hear is, people have gotten into cambio, it's going really well, or they've just started reading this novel in Spanish and they tell us what it is and so on. Get all these wonderful wins. But yeah, occasionally, and this time we had a couple of people, both very high level, who said they were feeling a bit stuck or they weren't noticing progress. And this reminded me of a book that I read recently about painting.
No.
Ben es un poco pesado con sus pinturas.
Con sus temas.
Ben can be a bit of
temas.
Ben y sus temas. Ben and his things. So my thing is I like learning to paint, and our daughter says, "Ay, posh painting, papa, y su posh painting." And Marina says, "Qué pesado, what a bore,
no.
Qué pesado." No, not at all. She doesn't mind when I give her one, as a card or something. But anyway, so I've been reading this book about painting and it had the best advice ever. And I thought this applies perfectly to Spanish, right? So what we're going to do now, we're going to read it in Spanish and then we're going to give you the translation in English. And then we're going to tell you change it completely to apply to Spanish learning. And it turns out to be the best advice for Spanish learners ever. Whether you're, it doesn't matter whether you're stuck or not. It's just lovely. So we want you to stick all the way to the end. We've got some big news at the end as well. So listen first of all to what the painting book said about painting. This is a book called
Landscape Painting Inside Out. Inside and Out.
Landscape Painting Inside and Out by Kevin McPherson. And what Kevin says, Marina, is he's an oil painter. He says,
pintar es un
Spanish, sí.
Pintar es un trabajo duro y un oficio difícil de aprender. No te frustres tanto como para perder la alegría que te llevó a pintar en primer lugar. Disfruta de todo el proceso artístico, la mezcla de colores, como un color revela su belleza junto a otro, el olor, la textura de la pintura, el arrastre del pincel sobre el lienzo, pincelada larga, pincelada corta. Siente la brisa y el sol en la cara. Siente la alegría.
Eso es.
Está, vamos, redondo.
Perfect. So I'm going to read that in English. I'm sure you got all of it, but I'll read it in English. And then we're going to give you our adapted version.
Yes.
For Spanish learning, difficult moments, great moments, whatever, because it's fantastic. So he says, painting is hard work and a difficult craft to learn. Don't become so frustrated that you lose the joy that brought you to paint in the first place. Enjoy the whole art process, the mixing of colour, how one colour reveals its beauty next to another, the smell and texture of the oil paint, the drag of the brush on the canvas, long stroke, short stroke, feel the breeze and the sun on your face. Feel the joy.
Yes.
So, siente la alegría. Right. So I thought, brilliant, let's just apply this to Spanish. So we made a couple of changes, and in Spanish, what we came up with was, and then I'll read it in English, just to make sure you've got this.
Aprender español lleva trabajo y no es una tarea fácil. No te frustres tanto como para perder la alegría que te llevó a aprender español en primer lugar. Disfruta del proceso del aprendizaje del español. La alegría de haber tenido la charla con un intercambio a miles de kilómetros de distancia. El delicioso sonido de tus palabras y frases favoritas en español, mientras juegas con ellas en tu mente o las pronuncias en alto. El darte cuenta de que puedes comunicarte en una lengua completamente diferente a la tuya. La alegría de las experiencias que este idioma te puede aportar. Siente la emoción de cada palabra y frase nueva que encuentres. Siente la alegría.
Eso es. So, here we are in English then quickly. Spanish, so it's the same text, but we've just kind of taken out painting and put Spanish in. Spanish is hard work and a difficult craft to learn. Don't become so frustrated that you lose the joy that brought you to Spanish in the first place. Enjoy the whole Spanish learning process. The joy of having a great chat with an intercambio thousands of miles away. the delicious sound of your favorite Spanish words and phrases as you play with them in your mind or they roll off your tongue. The realization that you can communicate in a completely different language to your own. The joy of the experiences that this can bring. Feel the excitement of every new word and phrase you find. Feel the joy. There you go.
So,
What do you think? What do you think?
wow, powerful.
I think lots of thanks to Kevin McPherson, really, because
Yes.
he's spot on. And of course, you could apply this to everyone, but we want you
To
to
everything.
feel the joy y sentir la alegría. So, what do we want you to do today? Number one, why not leave us a comment answering the same question we asked our Inner Circle members? What's your most recent Spanish win? Tell us what you think of this powerful text here. And also, it's a great time to be learning Spanish. If you're listening to this at the end of April 2024, beginning of May, we've got a very special offer on our whole enchilada pack, which is so full of Spanish alegría you can't believe it. Because if you enjoy those new words to turn around in your mind and roll off your tongue, then there's more wonderful Spanish words in the whole enchilada than trees in the Casa de Campo.
No way.
No? Nearly.
Nearly, yes.
Bueno, algo más.
Que no te rindas nunca.
No te rindas nunca. That's our extra piece of advice. Siente la alegría.
Y no te rindas nunca.
Never give up. Hasta pronto.
Hasta luego.